My lovelies, it's time for us to go through the grapevine. And today I'm keeping it 100% Caribbean. It's our first locally made wine featured today on our show. Now, there is something special about local wine, the fruits that we have access to. So this mango and pineapple wine, or Tootoolbay as it's called, I must say that was one of my deciding factors for choosing this wine when I made this purchase. Tootoolbay means to be confused in love. So you will see something like Richie saw Janet and he gets Tootoolbay. So if you didn't know what Tootoolbay was, that is what that means. So Williams Wine is a local company in Trinidad and Tobago, Rio Claro area to be exact. And I had the pleasure and privilege of talking to Mr. Williams, who was very proud of his wife's work, as she would have gotten a knowledge of making wines from her grandparents and whoever else before. So it was a very interesting conversation. And I say privileged because where else do you get to meet the winemakers? Especially when you consume so much international wines, you never get to talk to the person making the wines. So when you do get into local wines, you do most likely have a chance to meet the maker. So let's read the label and see what we're about to get into with this Williams wine. Winemaking is a passion of Miss Williams, passed on by her grandmother. This expertise has allowed her to craft wines of remarkable flavor and body, suitable for that special occasion and also everyday enjoyment. I must say, I'm super excited for this. And of course, as I mentioned, this hails from the Rio Claro area in Trinidad and Tobago. And it also says that it's very special because there are no chemical additives. And even as I look at the ingredients, I'm seeing water, natural fruit, which would be the mango and pineapple in this case, sugar, and yeast. So let's get this wine open. Now today, I'm going to use this little device that came as a part of an entire little set for wine opening. And this is so that we can get a nice clean cut on the foil that wraps some wine. There are 4 tiny little blades, and you simply put it over your bottle, squeeze and turn, and it cuts the label right there. Our foil is on. Nice little cup. All right, as usual, 1 glass for me, 1 for you. Oh, right. So I'm really enjoying the color of this wine for sure. I think the color is really pretty. I am getting so many different notes in this wine. I'm really impressed. Definitely a very fruity wine. I can smell a little hint of the pineapple and a little bit of that mango. And let me tell you, just from the smell alone, you'll get Tootoolbay. This is really light, really crisp. It's very refreshing. And of course, I've chilled my wine. I think that would be the best way to have this. It is not very sweet and it's also not very dry either. So I think this is a really good daytime brunch wine. It is 12% in terms of alcohol content, so do with that information as you will. Now, I have paired this today with, like I said, we're keeping it Caribbean. So I have made some jerk shrimp meatballs. And in true Trini fashion, I drizzle a little bit of garlic sauce all over it. Now, this recipe is available on my website. Today, I fried my meatballs, but the recipe says to bake, and you can do either one, and it would still pair really nicely with this mango and pineapple wine. So I'm going to challenge my palate one more time. This is just sweet enough that I know that this spicy is going to be amazing. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but that is some really good shrimp meatballs. And yes, I was right. The amount of sweetness that this wine carries, which is not a lot, really balances off nicely with the spiciness of the shrimp. It is a light wine, so seafood will pair really nicely with this. And then the creaminess of the garlic sauce, again, plays really well with the slight dryness that this wine carries. An excellent pairing. And I'm so proud to say that this wine comes from where I am from, which is Trinidad and Tobago, and happy to have it as our first locally made wine feature here on Through the Grapevine. My lovelies, this is a quick and easy something to do when you're in. You know, I'm all about helping you to entertain your friends as easily as possible, but you can also make it as a nice starter to a romantic dinner. Those are my recommendations. I had such a good time sipping wine and eating meatballs with you today. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, follow for more content on Instagram and TikTok. And let me know in the comments if there's any other local wine you'd like me to try and get a nice, easy snack for the pairing. My lovelies, I heard through the grapevine that when you're making wine with fruits, it's a slightly different fermentation process than grapes because you need to balance out all the sugars that you get from different fruits. That was my sip tip for today. Okay,